My name is Mike Pfaff, and this is my YouTube channel, Living in the Illusion. Now, last time we got together, we talked about events and memories. And basically, we said every moment is a new memory. And so you've got trillions of memories. And each event disappears. Events don't stay. They morph into the next moment. All the energy of the present moment, because of conservation of energy, goes into the next moment. Now, I'm saying it that way because there's no events in the past. Events happen in the present moment, and then they transform into the next moment. They don't slide into the past, but your individual memories of the event do. Now, so you can look that up. I'll put a reference to that in the up here, and it will certainly be interesting, and it will kind of tie into what we're going to be talking about today. Just a reminder, in the last video, we mentioned A Course in Miracles, and what it said, the past is gone. The past is gone. There are no events in the past. Oh, that's a little difficult to understand from our egoic world programming. So we're going to go on with that, and you can see that our next adventure here in the illusion is going to be around your world. Now, we talked about the fact that you create your world. Your world is a reflection of you. Your world is a reflection of you. So, right now, as you look around your space, everything that you see is an aspect of yourself. A very interesting way, oh, by the way, I'm having a little green tea. This happens to be gunpowder green tea. So we're going to go on and see if we can begin to put these together. Now, I know that there is a lot of information, and a lot of this I can't go through in the time frame that I've set and give you all the details. So if you have any questions, put them down below in the comments, and I'll see if I can answer them. And it'll be fun. So now, I want you to think about the outside environment, which is nothing except energy, which is basically a clean slate. And you might say that outside of yourself is nothing but energy. So that space outside of you is like a clean slate. And you, because of how you project your created world, fills that empty space with objects. You project your inside creations onto the outside empty space. And it's like going to a movie. Now we'll talk about that because I drew over here a little camera, a projector. And you can see that there are, up here, where the film goes, is basically your database. And on the inside, you got a little light, and you got a parabolic mirror. Why do you need a parabolic mirror inside a projector? To concentrate, now there's a light there too, to concentrate all of that energy out the lens. So the parabolic mirror is designed in such a way that all of the light inside will come out through the lens and project itself onto this blank slate. So if someone was to say, someone says to you in casual conversation, do you see this tree? Now look real close. If it doesn't look like a tree, it's supposed to. So if they say, do you see this tree? And you're walking along and say, do you see this tree? And you look with your senses to where they're pointing. And now this is the mysterious part. Before they said that, before you looked with your senses, this was just energy. This is just energy. In other words, has no meaning. Nothing you see has any meaning as you see it until you take the information from the energy system inside, that's what this represents, and you create inside, based upon your past memories, a creation of a tree. And then you project that, that's why this is a projector, you project your creation from your database onto the outside energy system, which is a blank sheet. So there is the tree, and you say, yes, I see that tree, but pay attention here. The tree was not there until you took the information in the energy system inside of you, and through your past knowing, created inside of you a tree. And then you projected that, because now you have creation, you have your data banks have created inside of you that interpretation, and you project it outside onto the blank screen, and you say, yes, I perceive that tree. And the tree is the way it is. Now there's an exciting part. The person that asked you, do you see the tree? They saw a tree, but their tree and your tree, two different things. You'll think they're the same tree, two different things. Why would that be? Well, they created it through their data banks and their history and their background and what memories they have around trees is different from yours. Why? They have a different history. They have a different understanding of what a tree is for them. So your tree that you created inside of you and projected onto the blank screen is different. But you two will think they're the same. Now we'll talk about in another video why you think they're the same. And in a lot of ways, they are because they overlap. Why is that? Because you have a lot of the same history. If you're in the same country, if you speak the same language, you have the same educational system, you have the same kind of background, a lot of the stuff is going to be similar, but never the same. So now you have this screen, you see, I put screen up here, blank screen, and it is blank. It's nothing until you make it come alive by what you create and project onto it. It's like when you go to the movies. Anybody ever been to the movies? I assume some of you have. And so when you sit down before the movie starts and you look up there, when I was a kid, they used to have a curtain that they opened, but usually they don't anymore. So you see this blank screen, usually white. By the way, the screen is on it, has just little tiny, it's rough. It's not smooth like my whiteboard. It's a little rough because there are very small beads on the screen in the movie theater. And it helps so that you can sit in different places and still get a good image of what is projected on this blank screen. Now you project onto the blank screen all life situations. Some funny, some tragic, some you cry, some you laugh. And all it is flickering lights from the projector. And when the movie's over, after you've cried or laughed or enjoyed watching what was on the screen, the lights come up, it's a blank screen. There's nothing on it. All the joy and hardships and fun and excitement that you had, it's nothing except what you're doing in here as the observer of the screen. So the observer is what's on the screen. In your life, because you create your world, what you are creating, you project onto the blank screen of the energy system. And then it jumps around, a lot of flashing lights, and a lot of things happen. You lose your job, your relationship, you gain, you lose, everything. And then near the end, well, I'm closer to that than most people, and the end, there's nothing on the screen. It's blank. It's an illusion. But what a magnificent illusion. So I wanted to make that up. I was thinking about, and I've done this in not in videos, in therapy. I've taken this and overlaid it with a head, a big head, to represent that your data banks, your belief system that creates your world, is projecting it onto this blank screen. And it's all you. What you project is a reflection of you. If you didn't believe, if you didn't experience, if you didn't have the data banks full of you, you couldn't project anything here, or it would be different. So let's see what A Course in Miracles says about this, because they're very specific. And of course, I cherry-picked the Course so that I get what I want to display to you. But do go, and it's in the description where you can get the information about the Course. And here's what it says. As soon as I get the right one. That's happened to me a few times. The outside world, now I'm going to kind of paraphrase it, but this is what the Course says. The outside world, projected from within. The outside world projected from within, that's why I put the projector here, adjusts and seems to witness to its reality. So on this blank screen, you project what you're doing inside, and then what you see out here seems to be a witness that there's an outside world. That's what it says. And then it goes on. It still is true that nothing is without. It is still true that nothing is without. This outside world, nothing. And they've said that a couple times different ways. So that's what I'm saying now. Yet upon this nothing, are all projections made. So the guy that asked you about the tree, he projected his on here. And you projected yours. And you have a lot of things in common. So you think you're looking at the same thing. You're not. For it is the projection that gives the nothing, the outside nothing, all the meaning it holds. It is the projection from you that gives this outside nothing energy system all the meaning it holds. And when you turn the lights on, it's a blank screen. This may be too esoteric for many people to understand. Well, my site, my channel is a little difficult for some people to understand because the egoic programming is so magnificent and it is so difficult to see through this veil that covers the reality This, and so we see the illusion and believe it's the reality. And we're pointing this out, that it's not. There's nothing out here. You create your world. From your data banks, from your history, from your memories. And again, I gotta be clear, events are not in the past. Your memories of events that you created are in your data banks. But the event itself, as we went through in the last several videos, is gone. It has morphed into the next event. It doesn't slide into the past. And when you look, you're not going to find it. And by the way, I heard, I don't know where I heard it right now, that there was another conundrum from science through mathematicians that are sure now you can time travel. There's no place to go. Now is all there is. And for you to go any place, you have to unwind the whole universe. Because everything is interconnected. You cannot leave the present now. So isn't that exciting news? There's a lot in this. Now, why am I going through this? Because once you understand, you're in control. You can begin to change your life in ways that support you and have the world that you want to have. Now, what's the world that you want to have? What's the basic part of it? To be happy. That's how I see the goal. To be happy. That's an inside function. But most of us believe that to be happy, we have to have outside stuff. Whether it's money or position or power, it's going to make us happy. Won't make you happy for long. It is what you do inside that makes you happy. It's what you create in here and project onto this energy system that will make you happy. So give that some thought. Be good to yourself, and we will look forward to seeing you next time we get together here in the illusion. Now, if you have any questions, do put them below, and we'll see what kind of answers we can come up with. And do subscribe, because that's always fun. And we'll see you next time. Bye now.